What's going on, guys? I am Pat the Packman, and welcome to the Academy, where we train people, not dogs. You heard that correctly. Here, we train people, not dogs, because quite frankly, that's what it's about. On this video, I'm going to tell you 5 tips on how you can calm a hyper dog, a dog that's crazy, that's jumping around, that's biting you, that's running around, tearing up the house, jumping on the couch, destroying things. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to calm him down. But before we get started, I want to remind you guys to wag your tail on over, bark at that like button if you like this video. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you slap a paw on that subscribe button. Believe me, you don't want to miss all the cool videos we got coming out, including our podcast, Barking for Balance, which premieres every Thursday on this channel, but also on every major podcasting platforms. Links are in the description. Is your dog hyper? Well, most likely the reason why they're hyper is because they're bored and frustrated. They're either not being stimulated enough, they're either not being stimulated at all, or they're not being stimulated properly. So here's tip number 1 on how we could fix that. Ignore the behavior. If they're starting to bite you, if they're starting to jump on you, if they're barking, that's all pent-up energy. That's signs of pent-up excitement. That's signs of pent-up energy. So it's still hyperness. Whether they're running around in circles, whether they're barking, whatever the case may be, whatever signs of being hyper or overexcited they're displaying, just ignore them. If they're jumping on you, if they're trying to bite you, just ignore them. Just walk away if you have to.
Walk away!
If you engage with them, you start screaming at them, if you start talking to them, if you start calling out their name, you're basically giving them and actually rewarding them for what it is that they're doing. So they're basically looking for your attention. They're saying, give me attention because I'm bored and frustrated. I want you to entertain me. I want you to release this pent-up energy. So I want you to be my court jester. I want you to be my clown. That's when you give them that attention. Now they know exactly what it is that they need to do in order to get you to entertain them, to get you to give them all this attention, which is nothing more than draining all that energy. So tip number 1, just ignore. Just walk away if you have to. Just act like it doesn't bother you. I know it's harder than it sounds, but this is something oftentimes, believe it or not, by just not engaging them whatsoever, oftentimes they just look at it like, you know what, you're just so boring. I had enough of you. I'm just going to go entertain myself with something else. Trust me, that sometimes, quite often, it works. Tip number 2. Like I said before, oftentimes dogs are not being physically or mentally stimulated enough, properly, or at all. So we need to give our dogs jobs. Believe it or not, dogs are working creatures. They want something to do. They need something in order to be fulfilled, to be happy, to know that they're doing something that fulfills their instincts. So different types of dogs have different types of jobs, but the bottom line is that physical and or mental stimulation is crucial to lower the intensity of the excitement, to lower the intensity of the craziness, and giving them a job is key. So what kind of job can we give them? Simple. When you take them on a walk, you could use a backpack. You could do some agility course. You don't have to necessarily go to like an agility course center. You could create agility course pieces. You could get a hula hoop. You could use benches, picnic tables. You know, you could use a variety of different things in order to create and do something that gives them a job. There's also mental stimulation. There's mental ways to drain the energy. You could buy them puzzles. You know, you could do things that drain the mental energy, which is just as effective as the physical energy. But the bottom line is your dog needs to have a job. Your dog needs to do something in order to be fulfilled and to drain the excitement level. Tip number 3, take your dog for a walk. I know, very basic, right? Believe me, most people don't do it. They don't do it for enough time, or they don't do it properly. If you walk your dog properly, you are going to drain an enormous amount of energy, and your dog will be so exhausted, they're not going to have any desire to jump or bark or bite you. They're not going to want to, because they're going to come home after that long walk, drained all the energy, again, if done properly. And if you guys want to learn how to do some walking properly, let me know. Write down some comments down below, and we'll shoot some videos on how to walk properly. Also, if you want to know some tips or some videos about how to create some mental activities to drain the mental energy, if in case the weather is bad or whatever the case may be and you can't go on these physical walks or you can't get out there, then we could do a lot of other things. If you want to know more, write some comments down below. But as far as the walking, it's got to get done, guys. It has to be done, and it has to be done right. Now, it's the easiest thing to do to drain your dog's physical energy and mental energy as well. It kind of combines the two. It drains physical and it drains mental energy. Why is it so important? Is because that's really the easiest thing that we could do. You know, they have to go to the bathroom anyway, might as well take them for a walk. Each dog is different as far as the energy level, so that we have to cater to what their energy levels are, and that's how long the walk will be. And as I always say, excitement is the root of all evil. So most, if not all, behavioral problems stem from pent-up energy, pent-up excitement. So by draining the excitement, by draining that frustration, by providing them what it is that they want and need, we're going to make them happy, we're going to make them fulfilled, we're going to make them well-behaved. It's that simple. Because a frustrated dog is not necessarily a bad dog, and that's on us to make sure that that doesn't happen. Tip number 4, guys, if you want to get dogs that look like this, watch your emotions. Ask yourself a question. How am I feeling? And be honest. Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you concerned about something that's not exactly happening at this present moment? Remember, your dog is like your mirror. Whatever emotions you're feeling, they're going to reflect back to you. Are you feeling calm but firm? Tip number 5, aromatherapy. Yes, aromatherapy. Because dogs experience the world with their nose, they experience the world through scent, then any soothing smell can have a calming effect on your dog, much like it would have a calming effect on humans. For example, the smell of lavender can soothe and relax your dog. I've used lavender. I've also used vanilla. They work amazingly well to calm my dogs down, especially this guy right here. Socks actually was a very hyper dog when he first came. And I did apply some of these tips in addition to other things. They may help. They may resolve everything based on the intensity of your dog's behavior. But if you guys want additional tips, let me know. If you have friends or family or acquaintances that have dogs that are extremely hyper, that are just driving them crazy, make sure you share this video with them. It might help them out. It might save that dog's life. It also might save that dog from being returned to a rescue or a shelter because, you know, people just don't know what to do and they need help. So make sure we share the wealth, because remember, guys, it's about training people, not training dogs. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you next time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, make sure you wag your tail on over and bark at that subscribe button. This way you won't miss out on all the cool stuff that we post. In addition, you won't miss out on our podcast, Barking for Balance, which premieres every Thursday. Believe me, you don't want to miss out on that. It's really cool. Links down below on all podcast platforms. In addition, make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram. This way you don't miss out on all the content that we don't post on YouTube, in addition to staying up to date with all the cool stuff that we got going on. Remember, guys, it's about training people, not training dogs.